Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of the Blackbird Grimoire. Welcome back to the daily forecast for Thursday, March 21st, 2024. Good morning and happy Thursday. Today's astrology, we have the sun in Aries, a cardinal fire sign representing courage. The moon is in second quarter Leo, a fixed fire sign representing enthusiasm. Mercury is in Aries, a cardinal fire sign representing alertness. Venus is in Pisces, a mutable water sign representing compassion. Mars is in Aquarius, a fixed air sign representing staid energy. Jupiter is in Taurus, a fixed earth sign representing practicality. Saturn is in Pisces, a mutable water sign representing nostalgia. Uranus is in Taurus, a fixed earth sign representing renovation. Neptune is in Pisces, a mutable water sign representing the imagination. Pluto is in Aquarius, a fixed air sign representing reformation. Moon phases waxing gibbous. Focus on the cultivation of intentions, work towards manifestation. And as the moon is still in Leo, remember your dues to lead, do perform, do celebrate, enjoy yourself, but don't get bogged down in details, don't indulge your vanity, and don't get stuck in dull and colorless environments, and I might add dull and colorless people. So, the day of Jupiter, it rules over expansion, fortune, and productivity. To be successful when Jupiter is in Taurus will require diligent work and conscientiously striving to meet your goals. This is no time to be lazy, and while the progress you make won't be dramatic, it will be steady, and that is worth a great deal, particularly over the long run. Now, today's tarot card is the Hanged Man. It is a major arcana card, so it's going to have a weightier meaning. It will have longer lasting impact. It is the 12th card in the tarot. And if we go to numerology and we reduce the 12 to 3, that represents the first stage of completion. The key words of this card are contemplation, radical change of perspective, and fickleness. So it's all about the changeability, but it's also about taking a moment to sit back and think about things from an entirely different perspective. Sometimes we need that. Sometimes we can get so stuck in our own heads and stuck in our customary way of looking at things that we are essentially blinded. And blindness, particularly when we live in such a turbulent era, that is not to our benefit. So looking at things from perhaps someone else's point of view, or just from thinking, okay, what if I wasn't correct about something? Going way back to the beginning and retracing your steps and trying to see if there's anything that you missed when you were thinking before. That can be very helpful to us. And also, it opens us up to thinking about perhaps more creative solutions, things that we discounted because we couldn't see a way to make them practical. But then we had a shift of perspective, and suddenly we do see that there is a pathway, and it just might be worth pursuing. So try to shake things up a little bit for yourself today. Our triad for today reads: Three joys of the lawless: gluttony, fighting, and fickleness. So, gluttony, in the most literal sense, that is excess food, unhealthy eating habits, but it can be excess of anything that we consume. It could be excess of alcoholic beverages, it could be excess consumption of caffeine, it could be excess of what we consume from the digital world. There's all manner of different kinds of gluttony, and to have this being one of the pleasures of the lawlessness, that does require us to step back and think, okay, why are we doing the things that we're doing? Why are we consuming what we consume? Is it necessary? Is it to our benefit? Perhaps it is time to cut back in more ways than one. And then fighting. Pointless disputes over the sake of controversy. We might as well just put, X or Twitter or social media in general, because there is a lot of fighting, and it isn't productive discussions. It isn't people gaining ground with anything. And certainly, I do not see very much evidence of anyone being persuaded of anything that they didn't think before. Then to have this be a manifestation of lawlessness, I think that is. I think we do need to take again another step back and say, what exactly am I doing? I'm fighting my good fight, but am I really? Am I actually disputing with point and purpose? Do I have anything at all to show from it? Or am I just adding to the antagonism that's floating in the air? I don't know. I mean, that's really has me rethinking some things personally, and perhaps it will for you too. And then the short attention spans to go along with it a lack of values, because if you valued something you wouldn't be fickle about it. If you were actually attached to something or someone, you wouldn't be fickle about them. It's a failure of commitment. And no, I'm not attacking you Sagittarians. It's just because I'm married to a Sagittarius, so clearly you all are capable of committing when you deem it worth your while. And to be fickle, it's just being open to all distraction and finding excuses to indulge those distractions. And I think that is a manifestation of lawlessness. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's so difficult to get anything productive done on any of the major questions that we face in the day, is because people are fickle. They are consuming too much and things that they shouldn't consume at all. And they are fighting over a lot of nothing, or they are fighting ineffectively. I tell you what, that's a terrible, it's a terrible indictment upon our world. It really should serve as a motivation for us to do something, at least in our own way, to play our part in changing it. So, our magical intention for today is centered on the home. The color for this is purple. The plant is the lilac. Again, it's one of those plants that is just absolutely exquisite. Why we don't have more ladies' perfumes that are centered around the lilac scent, I will never understand, but it is glorious. The animal is the hummingbird, and the stone I chose was green calcite. Use your magical skills to ensure that your home is an oasis. Thursdays are days where I really like to be a little bit more home centric. It just the energy feels really right for it, and there's a lot of productive things we can do for the home, which again lets us draw upon that Jovian energy. It all works together very nicely. And of course, I think this also is a good way for us to take the counsel that we just got from our Celtic triad and realize maybe I need to be focused closer to home. Maybe I should be working harder to impact the things that are actually within my sphere of influence, and then just going on from there. Just food for thought, gang, food for thought. And then for today's pagan practice, try if you can, either on paper or through visual representation or something, try to define your own personal sense of honor. If you had to explain to someone what your personal code is, what would that be? Then, if you're going to be doing some kitchen magic, try using some of those spring greens. No matter how you're using them, they're fresh, they're new. Make use of that energy. You could boost your confidence by wearing royal blue today, especially if you have a presentation to make, or there's anything else you need to do that you might feel uncomfortable. That royal blue color, absorbs some of that energy into your system and present yourself a little bit better. This is also a good day to ask for blessings and pending legal matters. And of course, it's Thursday. Again, I like to focus on the home. If you have a home altar, tidy it up. And lastly, today's journal prompt: what kind of landscape instinctively feels like home to you? And why do you suppose that might be? And there's all sorts of different directions you can take this in your journal. So definitely have fun with that. And that's what I have for you guys today. Let me know about your own thoughts about this in the comment section below, or email me at brigantiablackbird@protonmail.com. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next one. Bye.